This is Nightline.
Tonight, deadly plane crash. The passenger jet colliding with a fire truck at one of the country's busiest airports.
Just heard a loud bang, and then everyone's like freaking out, not knowing what to do.
The crucial moments before the crash.
Stop truck one, stop. Stop truck one, stop.
The plane traveling at around 100 miles an hour. What we're learning about the pilot and co-pilot who lost their lives. Plus the latest fallout from that Justin Timberlake Hamptons arrest video. The sexy back singer
I'm bringing sexy back.
Struggling with field sobriety test after being pulled over in 2024 for suspected DWI.
These are like really hard tests.
His friend coming to his defense. And the return of Daredevil. We're behind the scenes on the Marvel Super Series with star Charlie Cox.
The difficulty becomes like remembering if something is a spoiler or not.
And Vincent D'Onofrio on how his Law & Order past helps him play a villain.
Did chasing bad guys help you play the bad guy?
Could Daredevil make a cameo in a certain summer blockbuster? Plus Brooks Nader, the Love Thy Nader star.
I run the show.
The cosmetic surgery she says she regrets.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Deborah Roberts. We begin tonight with the latest on the terrifying deadly collision of a passenger jet and a fire truck at LaGuardia Airport here in New York City. The NTSB investigation is now underway, and we're learning new details about the moments before the crash and the lives lost in this horrific accident. Tonight, new video posted on X showing the terrifying moment an Air Canada flight slams into a fire truck at New York's LaGuardia Airport. A passenger recording just moments after escaping the plane, others still filing out as the nose of the plane tips up. An Air Canada Express flight from Montreal colliding with a fire truck on the runway.
Stop truck one, stop. Stop truck one, stop.
The crash killing the pilot and co-pilot.
There was an aviation disaster, the likes of which we have not seen here in over 3 decades.
This was a high-impact crash. We're talking likely over 100 miles per hour. And one of the flight attendants had her back towards the cockpit because she was sitting in the jump seat. The force of this crash ejected her from the aircraft.
That flight attendant among the more than 41 of the 76 people on board, and 2 in that fire truck hospitalized. The crash fueling fresh flying fears.
We are at a breaking point, and now you add on top of a government shutdown, chaos at the airports, and that only adds one more layer of stress to an already stressed out system.
Coming after thousands of TSA agents calling out from work Saturday. And after the tragic collision, LaGuardia, one of the nation's busiest airports, closing down immediately, further complicating travel in the New York area. LaGuardia, one of the nation's busiest airports, closing down immediately. The FAA issuing a ground stop for all planes headed there. Over a dozen redirected to surrounding airports.
LaGuardia Airport is closed at this time. No aircraft in or out.
LaGuardia reopening with just one runway after a 14-hour shutdown. Before it was struck, the fire truck, a part of a fleet responding to a call for another plane reporting an unusual odor.
There was a lot going on at the time of this accident. So it was rainy, visibility was not great, there was fog, there was a United aircraft that had an emergency, so the fire crew was looking to get across the runway quickly to help United.
If you collide with a vehicle, just hold position. I know you can't move. The vehicles are responding to you now.
The plane's nose in shreds, hanging into the runway below. The mangled fire truck on its side in the grass, surrounded by debris.
All of a sudden, boom, woke up in shock, just didn't know what to do. People were just in shock, like people were like caving in. Just heard a loud bang, and then everyone's like freaking out, not knowing what to do.
Moments before the crash, the truck asking for permission to cross a runway.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company crossing 4 at Delta.
But soon after, telling the truck to stop.
Stop truck 1, stop. Stop truck 1, stop.
That warning apparently coming too late. The air traffic controller shortly after heard talking to a Frontier pilot who witnessed the collision.
Frontier 4195. I got the word that we're going to be closed for a little while. If you want prepared to return to the ramp, let me know.
Yeah, we got stuff in progress for that, man. That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my stuff, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier.
No, man, you did the best you could.
NTSB now deep into investigating how this could have happened.
Clearly human error. Somebody made a mistake in clearing the fire truck across the runway. But why did that mistake happen? That's what the FAA needs to figure out. Was somebody distracted when they shouldn't have been distracted? Was the United emergency flight distracting the crew in the tower?
It takes months, sometimes up to a year, before we get the findings of that investigation.
I want New Yorkers to know that the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the cause of this accident, and that we will not rest until the conclusion of that investigation.
Of course, we'll continue to follow the latest on the investigation into the crash. We turn now to Justin Timberlake, the singer making headlines tonight, not for his music, but for the reverberations from the recently released footage of his 2024 arrest for suspected DWI. The redacted video raising eyebrows and questions about what else might be on that tape. Here's ABC's Lara Spencer.
Based off of his observations, you are intoxicated.
Okay.
So you were under arrest for DWI.
Police in the high-end Hamptons hamlet of Sag Harbor releasing body camera footage of Justin Timberlake, which is blurred in parts, showing the moment cops inform him he's under arrest after stopping him for a suspected DWI in June of 2024.
I was just following my friends.
Okay. Yeah, I understand, but we are where we are right now, okay?
You boys treat me like I'm a criminal.
In a 2024 plea deal, Timberlake pled guilty to a lesser offense of driving while ability impaired. The singer, known for his hits like Sexy Back.
I'm bringing sexy back.
His attorney battling the release of this video since March 1st. That's when the Sag Harbor Police Department notified the singer's team that it planned to release 8 hours of body camera footage related to his arrest to comply with Freedom of Information laws. Timberlake arguing that releasing so much video would cause him undue humiliation and be an invasion of privacy. The two parties later agreeing to release about 20 minutes.
So the reason for the stop is because you keep veering off to the left, and then you're not stopping at the stop signs.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
ABC News reached out to Timberlake for comment, but has not heard back. The incident unfolding during Timberlake's Forget Tomorrow World Tour. Police reporting he ran a stop sign and veered out of his lane.
What are you doing?
I'm on the world tour. I'm Justin Timberlake.
What's your name?
Justin Timberlake.
You are Justin Timberlake?
Yeah. Field to toe.
The singer asked to undergo a series of field sobriety tests.
4 1,000, 5 1,000.
All right, that's all good.
All
right.
By the way, these are like really hard tests.
Eventually, the officer asking him to use a breathalyzer.
So the way this device works, you just put your lips over it and you blow into it like you're blowing a balloon. No?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Then, placing him under arrest.
All right. Just turn around for me, please.
One of his friends then coming out to plead with the officers.
Can you guys please just do me a favor, because you loved Bye 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 or like Sexy Back. Like, do me one favor. Let me ask him if he wants me to give him his phone.
The police then take Timberlake to the station.
30?
All night?
It might not be this one. You might be over at the other one, and they actually have blankets for you.
You guys are wild, man.
As a part of his plea deal, he was ordered to pay a $500 fee, complete 25 hours of community service, and his license was suspended for 90 days. The world-famous pop star also required to make a public service announcement about the dangers of driving impaired.
Our thanks to Lara. We switch gears now to the war with Iran, the conflict now in its 4th week. President Trump saying today that talks between Iran and the U.S. are underway and would continue over the next few days, even though Iranian officials are denying to state media that any talks are going on. It's day 24 of the war with Iran. Here's ABC's senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott.
Tonight, President Trump backing away from his threat to attack Iran's key electrical plants, saying the two countries are now in talks to end the war.
We have had very, very strong talks. We'll see where they lead. We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement.
But tonight, Iran insists, quote, no talks with the U.S. have taken place, saying any claims to the contrary are aimed at influencing financial and oil markets and distracting from the challenges facing the U.S. and Israel. Over the weekend, the president declared that if Iran did not open the Strait of Hormuz by tonight, the U.S. will hit and obliterate their various power plants, starting with the biggest one first. But President Trump now says he's giving Iran 5 days to make a deal, and that his son-in-law Jared Kushner and Mideast envoy Steve Witkoff are leading the talks. But the president won't say who in Iran they're talking to.
We're dealing with the man who I believe is the most respected and the leader. It's a little tough. We've wiped out everybody.
Is that the Supreme Leader?
No, not the Supreme Leader.
Still, the president telling reporters Iran has already agreed to an array of things.
You said there's many points of agreement with Iran right now.
Many.
What, can you give us a
Many, like 15 points. 15 points.
Iran has said yes.
Well, they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. That's number one. That's number 1, 2, and 3. They will never have a nuclear weapon.
They said yes to that?
They've agreed to that.
The president says if a deal happens, the Strait of Hormuz will be open, quote, very soon.
And who's in control of it? Will Iran still be able to control the flow of oil?
Be jointly controlled.
By who?
Maybe me. Maybe me.
You want the United States to be in
Me
control
and the Ayatollah, whoever the Ayatollah is, whoever the next Ayatollah. Look, and there'll also be a form of a very serious form of a regime change.
Our thanks to Rachel. Stay with Nightline and ABC News for continued coverage of the war. Well, up next, the return of Daredevil Born Again. We're with the stars and behind the scenes of the fan favorite series brought back by popular demand. The moment that Vincent D'Onofrio says he knew he wanted to play supervillain Kingpin.
I was just thinking, oh my God, this is going to work.
Welcome back. Marvel fans are famous for their die-hard loyalty, but Daredevil enthusiasts might be the most avid of all, launching a fan group and even renting a billboard in Times Square to rally for the return of the beloved character. Daredevil Born Again stars Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio share some of their own fanboy enthusiasm with ABC's Gio Benitez.
Is it tough for you guys to keep those secrets?
It's become second nature, yeah, working for Marvel. A lot of times it's kind of easy because we're the last ones to find out about anything, really.
Hollywood superstars Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio may be invincible on the big screen, but right now they're trying not to get in trouble.
The difficulty becomes like remembering if something is a spoiler or not.
What about Daredevil connects with so many people?
You know, one of the wonderful things about the character is that so many people, and certainly the fans that we meet and talk to, really respond to someone who's had to overcome something, whether it be a physical disability or a traumatic life episode, to find their strength and their greatest powers, as it were.
It's good versus evil.
Who's the good?
Me.
Spoken like a true villain.
Nightline took a peek behind the scenes of Daredevil Born Again, where this iconic blind lawyer turned comic book hero spends his work hours.
So we're inside the law office right now. Your second home.
Yes, although for reasons that I won't disclose, I don't spend a huge amount of time here in season 2.
Daredevil Born Again stars 43-year-old Charlie Cox, who first broke into global fame in the 2007 fantasy film Stardust.
Everyone say cheese, ready?
And in the Oscar-nominated The Theory of Everything. And then in 2014, over a decade ago, it was announced he would be the new Daredevil.
It's so cool to be given that opportunity as an actor to play a character that has such kind of interesting, deep, emotional scenes, but then also has the fun and the enjoyment of all the action that we get to do.
But for every superhero, there must be a supervillain, the dark side to his light. For Daredevil, that nemesis is Kingpin, played by acting legend Vincent D'Onofrio.
It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature.
What was it about this character that made you say yes?
Well, I knew of the character because I had the Spider-Man comics that he was in when I was a kid, and I had one Daredevil comic.
From D'Onofrio's terrifying and devastating role in Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket,
Outstanding, Private Pilot!
to his lead role on Law & Order: Criminal Intent.
The murders in Thailand were an attempt to correct the tragedy of your childhood.
When a star of his caliber signed on to Daredevil, fans knew something special was happening.
Did chasing bad guys help you play the bad guy?
I do think I came out of that Law & Order show a better actor.
D'Onofrio and Cox drawing on Daredevil's storied past. The superhero first introduced in comic books back in 1964. And making his TV debut in 1989's The Trial of the Incredible Hulk.
That's a very noisy knife.
But most people probably remember Ben Affleck in the famous red and black costume back in 2003.
Did you feel like you had big shoes to fill? Did you feel the weight of the character?
You know, enough time had passed from that movie to when we were doing it. I'm a huge Ben Affleck fan, and I think that he played that character brilliantly. The pressure that I felt was just knowing how important these characters are to the fans. If you don't get that right, it can be hard to come back from sometimes.
The TV series first debuting on Netflix and starring Cox and D'Onofrio and earning a cult following, but then abruptly canceled.
That is something that I cannot forgive.
I kind of felt a combination of, you know, sadness that we didn't get to kind of say goodbye to the characters, as it were. Vincent, meanwhile, was convinced that they would come back to us at some point.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think they would.
How'd you know?
Well, it was a no-brainer. I mean, there were so many incredible movies out at that point, Marvel movies. They had figured out how to do it.
But fans delighting in a reincarnation for the series.
Thank you for finding the time.
Disney and Marvel reviving the show last year as Daredevil Born Again.
What's it like with so many fans that you have around the world who watch this show, who fought for this show?
Yes, we owe a lot to those very, very hardcore fans, particularly the Save Daredevil fans.
The new series focuses on the grittier side of the MCU, while Cox and D'Onofrio are tight-lipped about spoilers and those new rumors that Daredevil may have a part to play in this summer's Spider-Man Brand New Day. The duo is excited to already be shooting for the next season of their show.
I feel hugely grateful that here we are still making this show. Myself and I know Vincent is as well. We're as enthused and excited about these seasons as we've ever been.
Many thanks to Gio. Daredevil Born Again is now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu. Well, when we come back, Love Thy Nader star Brooks Nader.
I run the show.
The cosmetic surgery she says she wishes she could take back. Finally tonight, Brooks Nader's big cosmetic surgery regret. The Love Thy Nader star.
You can take the girl out of Baton Rouge, but you can't take the Baton Rouge out of the girl.
Known for her beauty and candor, confessing to People magazine that she got liposuction years ago and wishes she hadn't because it gave her, quote, dimples and ripples, saying, "We just got to do less with all that and be healthy." Up next for the star, taking on the iconic red swimsuit Pamela Anderson made famous in a reboot of Baywatch. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow at the same time. Thanks so much for staying up with us. Good night, America.